Hello, everyone. Welcome to Pios Baseball. Tonight, your Elmira Pioneers take on the Geneva Red Wings. The Pioneers currently at 21-20, looking to get back in the playoff fight. They are one game behind the Red Wings, and this will be an important playoff game between the two teams. I'm Taylor Storley, and as player introductions continue, we'll be right back. So we're back. I will apologize if we've got a little connection issues from time to time in the game. Hopefully the audio will continue to work if sometimes it is a little bit freezing. The issue is because we have to share connection over with the other live streaming services tonight. Since, there's no Wi-Fi up here, it has to be in a hotspot, and that's not always perfect. So I'll give you a little apology in advance for that. But apart from that, we should be good to go as the national anthem is underway. And with the national anthem out of the way, we're about ready to play ball. Let's take a look at your Pioneers lineup tonight. No real changes out in the field except Eric Charnetsky will be in left instead of Zach Odom. Mandler still in center, Cooper Smith out in right, Kyle Shimoleski at third, Osofsky at short, Blake at second, Marsh at first, Evans back behind the plate, Muzio and Wayman as the DH and EH, and Hunter Kendall will take the mound. Kendall, for the season, enters the game with a 5.84 ERA and a 1-3 record. However, he's had a very good year this year, 32 strikeouts to 30 walks, but he has a very good 237 opposing batting average, so he doesn't usually give up too many base hits. He's continually improved throughout the season and is looking for a good start tonight in what could be one of the most important games of the Pioneers season. Let's also quickly take a look at the playoff race as things begin to heat up. Last night, Batavia clinched a spot in the playoffs with a win here in Elmira. Utica, with only 3 games up on the drop, Geneva and Auburn still tied as they didn't play last night. The Pioneers fell to 1 game back from the duo. Meanwhile, the Tarp Skunks are the same with 1.5 games back. A win for the Pioneers would draw them level with the Red Wings as they entered the second game of a little de facto series between the two in Geneva tomorrow night. And depending on how the game with Auburn goes, it could see them get tied with them too. All to play for tonight. Here's a look around the rest of the PGCBL. The Watertown Rapids face off against the Newark Pilots. The Amsterdam Mohawks take on the Albany Dutchmen. And for the matchups that really affect us, Batavia playing Jamestown, Utica facing off against the Mohawk Valley Diamond Dogs, Geneva against Elmira, and Niagara against Auburn. Niagara was able to win in their previous game against Jamestown. They can play spoiler one more time for the Double Days. It would certainly help the Pioneers a little bit more. However, very much so, the Pioneers control their destiny. They face Geneva, and Jamestown. If they're able to win 2 of those 3 games, it'll put them in a good spot to try to make the playoffs. But obviously, the most important ones will be against the Red Wings. The season series is currently tied between them at 2 games apiece. Be right back. So we're back. Yep, the season series tied at 2 games apiece. Whoever wins this little 2-game series will likely enter the playoffs. Ortiz, Hitman, and Surse are the 3 due up for Geneva this inning. Hitman leads off with a .250 average, .321 on base, and .469 slugging. The Red Wings as a team are hitting .247 at the plate, but they have a .435 ERA. That's better than the .258 average for the Pios and .528 ERA. Play ball. Heard loud and clear. First pitch from Kendall. Swing and a miss. He opens it up with a strike. Kendall's had a solid summer here in Elmira and looking to try to finish it off, whether it's here or maybe even in the playoffs, with a great outing. This one's going to be sent past Blake into the outfield. A well-hit ball up the middle. I'll certainly say as well, one thing that we've seen Kendall improve on with the season is getting more control and throwing more strikes. As a response, his batting average and hits allowed have gone up a little, but he's cut down on free passes that were costly for the Pioneers at the start of the season. In their opening games, we saw them conceding well over 10 free bases, but since then the Pioneers have really cracked down and have gotten a lot better at throwing strikes and been able to get outs with balls in play. Runner on, no one out, but a potential double play opportunity here, as it'll be Hitman up. Actually, I do apologize. Ortiz led off. He was hitting .216. Hitman's now up, hitting .250. Just a reminder again in defense for the Pios, Evans and Kendall form the battery. Shimoleski, Olsavsky, Blake, and Marsh form the infield trio. Charnetsky, Mandler, and Cooper Smith in the outfield. Meanwhile, Wayman and Muzio are DH and EH. 2-0 here to Hitman. This one's grounded to Olsavsky. To Blake. Blake gets the 1 out, but no time to make the second throw. That's a fielder's choice, 1 away. Would have been a close throw, but Blake wasn't able to get it off. Also safe to not throw it. Otherwise, it could have gone wild and send that runner from first to second or potentially third. That's certainly not what you want with just 1 away. 2 away, you can be a little more aggressive, though. That'll bring up Nick Surse. We mentioned that the Pioneers have an Ohtani. Well, so does Geneva. Surse has hit .289 in the season and has a .441 ERA, being a solid starter and reliever, as well as infield player for Geneva. It'll be a single on the first pitch, but 2 runners on with 1 away. Not seeing any crazy powerful swings here early on from Geneva. Just some solid contact and hard to field balls. First one was something that nicely up the middle, and here again splitting the gap between Blake and Marsh. However, he still had the force out at second and very much double play opportunity alive. That one gets away from Evans, and the double play opportunity will evaporate here. Both runners in scoring position. Certainly not the start you want if you're the Pioneers. To have a dangerous spot. We know Kendall can really work his way out of it. It's an important game right here. And a 1-0 count now for Shane Dukes. Shane Dukes. That one's grounded up the middle, and that'll score one. Second runner coming home. It's a 2 RBI single. That throw getting past Evans, so Dukes gets to second. Disappointing for the Pios as they now trail 2-0 here in the top of the first inning. Just unlucky hits early on. First pitch is taken for strike one. Pioneers have come back from deficits before, and it is a long game. They're going to need to here. This one's grounded over to third. Chmielewski keeps it in front of him, but isn't able to field it cleanly. We'll have to wait and see how it's scored. I have a feeling it'll probably be great as an infield single. It would have been a backhanded grab for Chmielewski, so yes, indeed, it'll be given a hit for treble. However, the good news is Chmielewski kept it in front of him, which meant the runner from second ultimately stayed there. 2 on, 1 away. It opens up the double play opportunity again here. Strike one taken. Now this is a big game for both the Pios and Red Wings. A win for the Red Wings would put them a potential 2 games clear of the Pioneers and 1 step closer to making the playoffs. Potentially even getting closer to Utica, depending on how their result is. Kendall steps off. For the Pios, a win here would get them level with Geneva for one of those top 4 spots. And also, if there's a loss from Auburn, that would do the same. Cam will give us some Jamestown updates in the chat. This one goes low, 1-1. And currently 2-0. Same here. Pios will also, of course, face Jamestown in 2 days, back at home. The final game here at Dunfield of the regular season. And that'll be another one as well that could make or break a season. This one's sent to left field. It could score a third. Not fielded cleanly, so it will score another run. A 3-0 lead for Geneva. A perfect start for the Red Wings. And the Pios down early again before they even get a chance to swing the ball. Well-placed hits. As Fleming this time will get an RBI. That'll bring home Dukes, who had scored the first 2 runs. That's going to bring up Castellana. Takes that one low, ball 1. Castellana for the season hitting .275. He also carries a .744 OPS. 12 home runs for the Red Wings as a team. 7 of them came from Nick Searce. None from Castellana, but also we've seen home runs from Dukes treble, 3 from Ortiz. 1-0 from Kendall now to treble. That one's low, ball 2. Runner goes to third. Evans up quickly, but not able to make the tag is Shimoleski. Great throw, though, from Evans. And the count now is 3-0, runners at the corners. 3-0 is generally a take, but we could see a swing, anticipating something down the middle. 35 stolen bases, 13 times caught in the season entering the game for Geneva. So not as aggressive in the base path, so interesting to see them go the steal right there. 3-1 here as this one's taken. (3-1) for Kendall. 2-1. 1 away. A double play, best case scenario for the Pios. This one sent to the outfield. It will get down and bring home another run. Fleming on second, Castellana on first. That brings up Jelpe with a 4-0 lead for Geneva. Pioneers also trailed 4-0 yesterday against Batavia in the first inning, although this time it's more just good balls in play rather than free bases. That's a consolation I think you could take away from it if you're Kendall. Just unfortunately, well-hit balls that find the no-man's zone, like in that play. Not a lot of power, but enough to get past Olsavsky and in front of Mandler. Jelpe, the center fielder for Geneva's up, and he's going to swing and miss at this one, strike 1. Jamestown trailing in Batavia. If Batavia takes the win, it means that the Pioneers wouldn't fall to 6th in the league, but it certainly would not help their playoff hunt, and Geneva would get ahead. This one taken inside, strike 2. Good break on that from Kendall. And he's 1 pitch away from a potential first strikeout or second out of the inning. He's got 1 in scoring position and 1 on first. Force outs at third and second. So you could see a little awkward double play with the ball on the ground if they try to turn 3-2. That one fouled off. Newark currently trails in Watertown. Utica trails to Mohawk. And oh, that one drifts inside. And yeah, that will be ruled as a hit by pitch. I'm not sure whether it hit the bat at all, though. That's going to be the question. If it is a hit by pitch, which it looks like it is as the runners have moved, that's going to be somewhat unlucky here. Here comes Fleischer now. Fleischer with the bases loaded. One away. All outs are force outs, which does make it a tiny bit easier. If there's a shallow ground ball, they can throw it home and get 1 out. But I will mention, only now are we seeing someone warm up in the bullpen. It looks like Jarek Potus, potentially. Drum came out, and I think he just wants to challenge whether there was a foul ball or not on that pitch. There's trust in Kendall because it's simply just BABIP that's getting in his way here. And, yeah, not surprised to see Drum going out about that. Bases loaded now. Fleischer now up. Fleischer for the season, hitting .241 with a .536 OPS. He's going to swing and miss there, strike one. Tough jam for Kendall. Can Kendall get out of it? 0-1. Just outside, ball one. One and two here. Good to think framing by Evans to help that get in the zone. Now one pitch away from potential second out. That one's going to be grounded to Blake. They'll get the one out at first, but it'll bring home a run as the double play was impossible. Flesher gets the RBI, and there will now be runners at third and second. 2 away here. It's a productive out for Geneva. The Pios can say at the very least they're one step closer to getting their bats up, but not necessarily the outcome they would have most wanted. Gorham, bottom of the order, up now. He's the extra hitter for the Red Wings. He's got 2 runners in scoring position here. Fouls this one away, strike one. This one sent to center field. It will end the inning. 5 runs and 6 hits and 1 error. 2 left on base. The Pios have a chance to try to come back, entering the bottom of the first right after this.
Owned and operated since 1905. At the Hilliard Corporation, we've proven ourselves time and time again as the leading industrial manufacturer in the Elmira and Southern Tier region. We make the products you need with the quality you and your business deserve. Industrial clutches and brakes, drivetrain products, filtration equipment, engine starters, braking systems. We engineer, manufacture, and distribute them. All of the products we manufacture are designed right here, so we truly know the products we provide for you, inside and out. On top of being an industrial manufacturer, at the Hilliard Corporation, we also serve as a weld shop and machine shop. We specialize in creating custom parts and pieces to fit particular and uncommon applications. The secondary location is the home of the drivetrain division, where products for Polaris and other vehicle manufacturers are made. This is a high-volume, celled manufacturing plant that produces thousands of parts daily. Over time, Hilliard's product line has diversified, but our company has stayed true to our Elmira roots. Today, Hilliard maintains its original location while continually expanding its motion control and filtration product lines in the Elmira area. Hilliard designs and manufactures for companies around the globe, occupying more than 500,000 square feet and employing about 500 people. Taking pride in serving the Elmira community for over a century, the Hilliard Corporation.
We're back here in Elmira. This is part of the final 5 for a Pioneer season. Tonight, the Pios play Geneva. We play them again tomorrow on the road. And by the way, just some notes for that stream. Most likely, I'll be joining my fellow commentator in Geneva on his broadcast as a color guy. And we will be giving you a duo broadcast for that game. So make sure you tune in. I'll be sure to link their channel as well as we get set for that game. Afterwards, of course, back at Dunn Field and then traveling to Batavia. The Pioneers need to turn around their luck as this first pitch, it is ball 1. Cooper Smith leads off again for the Pios. He recently exited the transfer portal and will land at Northern Essex next season, a place that has long been a hub for Pioneers players, as he's going to get on with a base hit to start off. If there is one man who you can count on to get your offense going, it is Cooper Smith. He had an opening hit last night against Batavia as well, and for the season, he has been a very consistently good player. He will be a great asset for their team. That'll bring up Joel Osofsky. 1 on, no one out. Walters takes the mound tonight for Geneva. Walters, for the season, a 2.02 ERA and a 5-0 record. And apart from Bart Ziokas, a reliever, and Nicholas Thompson, who started 6 games and somehow has an 0-run record with a 1.71 ERA, he's also one of the team's relative aces of the rotation. 34 strikeouts to 16 walks. 1-0 here for Osofsky, who you would definitely say is a Pios ace. Apart from just being good on the mound, he's also consistently been good at the plate in the second half of the season. Enters the game with a 277 average and a 774 OPS. His ERA is still at 241 as we're awaiting his next outing from the bullpen. Osofsky rips this one down the third base line. That will likely score the Pios' first run. It's eventually fielded, and it won't score. It will instead be a big double to get Smith to third, and Osofsky stays at 2. So after that leaky first inning, it's exactly what the Pios needed to do at the start at the plate. And now it'll bring up Bobby Marsh. The Pios facing a righty here. When I pull up these split statistics for the season, they still hit better against lefties, but hit .250 against righties for the year. And so far, have landed for us every single time they roll the dice. And now the question is, can Marsh do the same? 2 on, no one out. Even a sacrifice would be very much liked. And the problem now for Walters, you can't necessarily pitch around Bobby Marsh, because even though Bobby Marsh enters this game hitting .299 on the season, Frank Wayman, who's hitting .333, is on deck. The 2 best Pios hitters will inherit a very dangerous situation. He's going to take strike 1. And I'd say a good approach here from Marsh, just trying to get himself settled into a count and find a pitch he can really drive. He would love to bring in one, if not both of those runs in this at-bat, and help get the Pios a little closer. Still plenty of time. He got up until 9 innings. The Pios are playing at times and opportunities to fight back. This one sent deep. It'll likely bring home 1 run, but it will be the first out of the inning. The throw to third, not cleanly on target, and it's a sac fly from Bobby Marsh. It's now a 5-1 ball game. Osofsky advances to third. Hopefully this time the RBI will be counted. I know we had a couple statistical issues one of the previous times he was getting them. 1 away, 5-1 game, and that brings up Frank Wayman. Even productive outs like this could be incredibly useful early for the Pioneers. But Wayman is someone who will get you more than productive outs. One of the stronger hitters in the PGCBL and leading the team in average for quite some time. He went around. Okay, that was a close call there. I personally felt he held that up cleanly. 0-1. Osofsky at third. Cooper Smith just scored. That one outside, 1-1. Now, apart from hitting .333, Wayman also has a .467 on-base percentage and incredible .450 slugging. He's got a .917 OPS that leads the team by a little over 50 points. In second place, by the way, is Max Mandler. This time it's 1-2 as he takes this one. And again, just trying to work himself into a count and find a pitch he can like. However, he now falls a little bit behind. Aiden Blake on deck. Only a double play would prevent his at-bat this inning. Blake's going to ground that to first. Surse picks it up, and the throw to Walters in time. However, it brings a run home. It's now a 5-2 game. Blake will inherit bases empty, 2 away here. And it's a 5-2 ball game now here in Elmira. This is exactly the start the Pios need. Get the offense going. Even if you can't get too many runs, just keeping it close to give yourself a little motivation to continue. It will be huge and crucial. Tough night last night for Blake, but overall in July and last week, he's been on fire. There's a reason he won the PGCBL Player of the Week award. And obviously, I know Coach Drum will be wanting him to keep up his run of good form in this important fixture. Playoff implications galore in these next 2 days for the Pios. But this one's taken high, 2-0. Three-0 here. So Blake working a good count. Max Mandler's on deck. Ball 4. Blake doesn't even need to do anything. Takes 4 and gets a board. That'll bring up Max Mandler. Mandler, one of the 4 Pioneers hitters hitting over 300. One of the 3 active ones, I should add, as Johnny Wall isn't with us, unfortunately. Frank Wayman hitting 333. Mandler hitting 311. Cooper Smith hitting 308. Mandler has a 444 on base percentage and a 417 slugging percentage as well. He's been an incredible hitter all season. I'll take strike 1 here on the outside corner. You can take a look for the Pioneers lineup. The only 2 blemishes in the hitting order are still hitters that are incredibly strong. The 0-2 count, the throw a little wild. A great catch at second, but the stolen base is still made by Blake. 0-2 here to Mandler. And yeah, the 2 players who have the weaker averages in this lineup, Shimoleski and Charnetsky, still both have over 600 OPS percentages, with Shimoleski hitting 638 and Charnetsky with a 861 OPS. So still very consistent hitters. And of course, Bryce Evans hitting at the 10 spot today. He got on base every single at-bat he had last time out with a hit and 2 hit by pitches. Obviously, you don't necessarily want to get hit by 2 pitches in your Pioneer debut, but it gets you on base, so I don't think he'll complain too much. Mandler fouls this one off. It's still 0-2. Pioneers down to their last strike. They'd like to try to convert with this runner in scoring position. Inside, ball 1. And one thing I will say tonight is that the Pios already seem more focused at the plate. They're already having better approaches, and that's an important sign of improvement. They've got still 3 more chances against some pretty tough opponents to finish out the season, so if they do lose tonight, it's not season ending. However, it just means they'll have to win out. A win here tonight could give them a mulligan if they need. However, Mandler is going to go down looking to end the inning. Pioneers 2 runs on 2 hits. There was no errors from Auburn. 1 runner stranded. Pioneers cut the deficit to 3, but it's still a 3-run deficit. Pioneers baseball returns in the 2nd inning.
When you're on the go, your bank should go with you. You need to change the way you money. With Chemung Canal Trust Company, you can take control of your money your way. Whether you're multitasking from your home office, killing time at your kids' soccer practice, or jet-setting around the globe, now you can manage your money right from the palm of your hand. Change the way you money with Chemung Canal Trust Company. Chemung Canal Trust Company. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Kendall ready to go for the second inning here for Elmira. I think a big thing for Kendall was the Pioneers getting 2 runs in the bottom half of the first inning. As we now get ready with inning number 2, Kendall's got a chance to get refocused, get back into the game, and then try to bring back the Pioneers' bats to the plate. And by the way, we could be seeing a change when it comes to catching for the Red Wings. I was told by my colleague that it could be Gorham behind the plate, or Fleming behind the plate. So we're not 100% sure what's going on, but we will keep you posted when we get that information. Ball 1 is going to be taken outside here to Ortiz. He got on first with a single, but later got out on a fielder's choice. That one taken inside, called strike 1. Two and 1 here. Three and 1. Ball 4. Ortiz gets on to start inning number 2. I will say tonight we are expected to have a little rain, but from what it looks like, it probably won't interfere with the game, which is really good news for the Pios. Runner on first with no one out here in the top of the second after that leadoff walk. Hitman at the plate now. He's going to swing and miss for strike 1. Yeah, there will be scattered showers later tonight. Maybe in the middle innings we start to see a little rain. Of course, remember, we need to go 5 innings for a game to be official, but from what it looks like, I don't think even if we get some drizzles, it'll be too bad to cancel a game over. Certainly won't be a torrential downpour like in Oneonta recently, as that one swung on and missed. 1 and 2 now for Hitman. After surrendering that leadoff runner in the first, Kendall followed it up with getting it out. He might be able to do that again right here. Pickoff attempt, not there in time. Two and 2, this one just a bit inside. Three and 2 here. That one sent to center field. Olsovsky under it, 1 away. Took a couple extra pitches, but Kendall gets the first out of the inning and opens up a double play ball for Nick Surse. He had a single and would later score. That one bounces way. Very unlucky bounce for Evans. 1-0, and that'll evaporate the double play chance right there. And I'll say just unfortunate for Evans. I don't think anything he could do for that ball. It hit in such a very unfair way. There have been plenty of bounces throughout the MLB that just do that, giving you no chance to keep in front of it. He got to it in time to make sure that Ortiz didn't go to third. Fouled away, 1-1. One and one. Serge is going to send this one to left field, but it'll be caught by Charnetsky, 2 away. I'll say good job to track it down by Charnetsky. That's a ball that looks like it could turn into an RBI single, but a good job to get onto it. Thanks for the update, Kyle. That'll be interesting to see how that game finishes. The NYCBL recently had its playoffs as well. It's that time of the year for summer baseball. And by the way, an update, 3-1 is the Batavia lead. Utica currently trailing at 3-0. 6-0. While Auburn leads against Niagara. That throw gets behind Blake, but doesn't get far enough. Dukes last time had a 2 RBI single. He would get to second on an error and later score. But yeah, huge start for Mohawk Valley. And I will say, when it comes to Utica, they're technically not locked into the playoffs yet. Now, naturally, tough results tonight for Elmira and Jamestown could actually help them out in that case. But they're not entirely clear of the drop, and their form hasn't been perfect as of late, so that could open up a potential team that slips out of contention. The 0-1's going to be grounded over to Kendall. It's a very shallow grounder. Shimoleski does the smart thing to hold it. Runners at the corners, 2 away. One of those slap hits that you used to see the famous Ichiro Suzuki do. Dukes is now 2 for 2 on the day. One more out needed, though. A bases runners at the corner spot isn't as scary when you do have a situation with 2 away. Kendall's got a real good chance to try to keep his start going and keep the scoreline clean this inning. As Treble steps up, he also had a single. And one thing I'll mention, the hits for Geneva haven't... And similar to before, a pitch that just bounces the wrong way off of Evans. It'll bring home a run, and it'll also get a runner to second. 6-2 is the lead now for the Red Wings. Plenty of time for the Pios to strike back, but the job just got a little harder, 1-0. And I'll say, I think Evans might need to change those catcher pads. They're acting too much like trampolines here. Unlucky. 1-0 here with 2 away. Swing and a miss. This time it fouled and tipped away. It's 1-1. Two and one here. Three and one. Around the baseball world, outside of the PGCBL, the Subway Series going on between the Yankees and Mets. Mike Trout revealed to have a back injury that could impact his career a little bit. Hopefully it won't impact him too badly, of course. Trout, great guy and a great player. And by the way, that'll be ball 4 for treble. Fleming on board now. He had an RBI single in his previous at-bat. One more out needed for Kendall. And it would be very much a painless second inning, apart from the wild pitch that eventually brought a run home. Swing and a miss. Missed the barrel, tipped away, 0-1. This one sent up the middle. Wolsowski not on it cleanly. Blake is on it. It is now a 7-2 ball game. That'll probably be graded as an errant throw. That brings the runner to second, and here comes Drum. That'll end Kendall's night. Jared Potus, I believe, is that man entering the game, unless... That could also be... Nope, it is Potus. More Pios baseball. Right after this is Potus warms up.
With Chemung Canal's mobile banking services, you can get back to doing what you love most faster. At Chemung Canal, you chart your course and we'll help you get there. Chemung Canal Trust Company, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
So, Jared Potus enters the game. Pios trailing by 5 again. Geneva's offense just doing a good job. All right, we're back here. The first pitch from Potus is ball 1. This one fouled away. It's 1-1. Potus will be tasked with just trying to get through as much as he can here. And I was looking it over again when it comes to the playoff race. Even though Utica's trailing, our result here will likely be enough to get them into the playoffs with a loss. Grounded to Blake, and it will finally get the Pios out of the inning. However, 2 hits, 2 runs, no errors, 2 left aboard. Pios baseball, back after this.
For more than a century, you've counted on Arnett Health. Counted on us to heal you, support you, encourage you, get you back on your feet. And for more than a century, Arnett has counted on you too. You're our community, our purpose, our passion. You're the reason we do what we do. Because giving our patients the best of ourselves is just who we are. Looking forward while embracing our legacy. Staying on the cutting edge while staying connected to our patients. Focusing on state-of-the-art procedures and the most effective care. At Arnett, we're nurses, doctors, and teams of other caregivers inspired by healing. We know your physical, emotional, and spiritual health are each part of the whole of you. To continue a tradition of medicine driven by compassion, teaching, and healing. That's why we're here. It's who we are. It's what we do.
Leading off this inning will be Muzio, followed by Shimoleski and Charnetsky for the Pioneers. Trail by 5. They need 5 to get back into it. Other little news from around the MLB. The Astros have been swept by the Oakland Athletics, so that's a pretty shocking development. Why I can never say never when it comes to games. So Muzio at the plate now, bottom of the second. Swing and a miss there, fooled, but that one, strike 1. Muzio nearly had a home run in the previous game. He hit a well-hit ball deep right field. It was caught on the track. For his first game back after that injury he had, he's already showing he still has got his power. Tied for the lead with 1 home run on the team this season. And I will say, solo shot would take the deficit down by 1, but it could be a big morale boost if he's able to find it. 2-1 here. Muzio, like a chunk of his teammates, former Northern Essex player. After a season there, he transferred to Eckerd, where he currently plays in the Sunshine State Conference. He's provided great defense and offensive support all season long. He's looking to get back into the swing of things for the final week of the year. And he's going to lead off the inning with a walk. Oh, tried a bat flip, and it went a little further away. And he apologizes to the umpire after that one. Muzio's a good guy, and definitely doesn't mean any malice when he did the bat flip there. Just wanted to double check with the umpire just to make sure he was all good with that. That's the dangers of doing bat flips from time to time. 1 on now with no one out. Shimoleski now up. Shimoleski this season is hitting .217. He's going to pop this one backward. That's a roof souvenir. 0-1. It's always a little weight as it's in the sky, and then the big slam as it goes down. He's been able to play out on the left side of the field from left field to shortstop to third base. A very useful utility guy for the Pios. The count's now 0-2 as Muzio goes back to first. Now, Muzio missed some time with injury. That still doesn't mean he's doesn't have good numbers when it comes to base running. 9 for 12 in stolen base attempts this season, and for a while was leading the team in that category. And there he goes here, as there's the first out. However, that swing and miss means Fleming will pick it up and see Muzio get to second. That's stolen base number 10 for Muzio. And here comes Eric Charnetsky. Charnetsky's hitting 200 this season, but here's the big stat. 6 hits on the year, 3 of them were doubles, 1 of them was a home run. He carries an incredibly impressive 467 on base percentage alongside a 400 slugging percentage. 15 free bases to 16 strikeouts. He doesn't always get a hit, but when he does, it usually goes far, either to the gap or over the wall. So definitely a type of player that can be a spark plug for an offense. 1 out here and a runner on second. That one's popped up. It'll probably be out number 2. Center field runs up and gets it. 2 away. That'll bring up Bryce Evans now. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Last night, Evans, 1 hit and 2 free bases. He's always gone on base in his at-bats this season as a Pio. That's a good start, and I know that it would be great if it continued because it would certainly bring Muzio home. Strike 1 taken. Update from around the league. Batavia leads 4-1 to Jamestown. Utica still trails entering the 5th inning. Top of the 3rd, it's still a 1-0 lead for Auburn. That one gets away. It's a 1-1 count. Muzio to 3rd. That's a good throw from Fleming, but Muzio in time. 1-1. That one gets away, and Muzio home on a wild pitch. It's now a 7-3 game. The Pios 1 run closer to that deficit, and they'll also keep up the scoring streak. Last night, the Pios bats weren't as successful. They've now got 3 runs here, and that's a good start when you still have 7 more innings to play. 2-2 here for Evans. I accidentally reset the count on the stream. I apologize. 2 outs. Fleming giving the sign now for Walters. Swing and a miss. And Evans actually going to first. Good effort there, but the throw will be made on the drop 3rd strike. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Walters, but 1 run does come home for the Pios. More Pios baseball right after the break. 7-3 lead for the Red Wings.
Hi, I'm Bill Mullaney, president of SUNY Corning Community College. I'm here today to let you know the classes and the quality of education that you've expected of us are ready to be delivered. Whether you're interested in transferring to a 4-year university or joining the workforce directly, Corning Community College has the program for you. We're here to provide the best possible education that we can, no matter what your aspirations. We hope that as you begin to weigh your options for the fall semester, you'll think first of Corning Community College. We're here for you, closer to home.
Fans, don't remember, this Friday, our final home game of the regular season. We'd love to have you there as we face the Jamestown Tarp Skunks in what could very well be a win or go home playoff fixture. Top of the third underway. Leading off is Jumpy. He got hit by a pitch back in the first. Jared Podest returns to the mound after getting out of the second inning. Podest, a 3.60 ERA this season. He's entering his 12th game for the Pioneers. He was starting in Oneonta. However, the rain ultimately would cancel the game. So instead, he'll have to settle for this long relief stint here. 1-1 now, as this one's fouled off. One and two here. This one's sent to center field. Mandler under it, one away. There's one thing Jarek Podest can do. It's force weak contact and pitch strikes. And that's exactly what the Pioneers are looking for right now. Gets the first out here, and that's going to bring up Fleischer with one away. Oh, and 1. One and one. This one grounded over to Aiden Blake. 2 away here. All it takes is just a good inning, and that can try to get the Pioneers batters back up in good spirits. And Podest already has 2 outs here in the top of the third. I've already shown it a few times, but remember, Pioneer Baseball returns to Dunfield on Friday. You got a road game on Thursday and a road game on Saturday. After that, the regular season is finished for the Pioneers, and hopefully we'll have games next week for playoff time. This one's going to be sent to Blake, and will end the inning. 1, 2, 3. Auburn finally not able to score against the Pios. Podest clean right there. We'll be back right after this with the top of the fourth inning, bottom of the third inning.
What if white wine was not made for poultry, but for friendship? What if red wine set aside the steak and made room for love? What if we've been drinking wine wrong all along, and instead wine was to be shared as a human experience with love, integrity, and hope? Hi, my name is Greg Taylor. I'm the vineyard manager and property manager of Bully Hill Vineyards, and I'm a 4th generation winemaker and 5th generation grape grower of my family. So it all started with my great-great-grandfather George and his son Walter Taylor Sr. They came up to this region for the promise of a better life due to the rising wine industry on Keuka Lake. Walter Taylor was the one who first started the Taylor Wine Company. The Taylor Wine Company was one of the largest wineries in the United States. My great-grandfather had passed away, and my grandfather Grayton and his 2 brothers Fred and Clarence took over the company at its peak, producing around 40 million gallons of wine a year. Grayton had a son, Walter, who was my father, and he started Bully Hill Vineyards in 1967. My father had a vision for the Finger Lakes wine industry. When Bully Hill was started, only 5 producers existed, and now there's over 300. And he firmly believed that you have to have a certain level of integrity and honesty with the people around you and yourself. And these are kind of the staples of what our business is. Bully Hill was built on the back of French-American hybrid vines. These varietals were developed in France in the 19th century, and they were brought over by my grandfather in the 1950s.
Thanks, Bully Hill Vineyards, the sponsor of that commercial. Didn't have time to finish it because, well, you know, that's a pretty long commercial. Anyway, Cooper Smith, he's the leadoff hitter for the Pios. He opened up with a hit, and he's got a chance to do so again here in the bottom of the third inning. Pios trail by 4, but didn't surrender a run in the second inning or third inning, so they can try to respond on offense. 0-1 taken. Now the 0-1 for Cooper Smith right here. That one very much outside, a 1-1 count. Smith checks up, although they actually will call it strike 2. It's a 1-2 count. Should be 1-2. Yeah, there it is on the scoreboard. And ball 2 up high. Cooper Smith looking to get the offense going here. He did so in the first, and would later score, improving his already pretty solid average for the season. Swing and a miss. Cooper Smith goes down with a strikeout to start the top of the bottom of the third. One away, that'll bring up Joe Olsavsky. He had a double in his previous at bat. High, ball 1. And by the way, of course, I've mentioned it over the season, but if that name Olsavsky is familiar, well, his father's Jerry Olsavsky, former NFL player and current coach with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So that's a fun little tidbit for Joe as he now gets ahead in the count 2-0. Outside 3-0. He's looking to get on base here, I think, with a walk. Honestly, any way you can get on base will be useful at this point. And ball 4. Sofsky's on in 4 straight pitches. One away now, runner on. That'll bring up Bobby Marsh. One on for Marsh. He was able to have a sacrifice fly that drove in a run in his previous at-bat. It'll be hard to get that runner home if you can't get a hit right here. But if there's one thing we know Marsh can do, it's get hits. 1-0 taken. One thing he can also do is get on base. He leads the team in walks and also carries a .417 on base percentage for the season. That'll also be a useful outcome. This one hit hard, but foul, 1-1. Marsh will be at Penn State next season. The Pio veteran will get his chance to play in D1, and of course we'll wish him the best of luck there. And hopefully he can bring the Nittany Lions to glory. 1-1 as he's going to take this for ball 2. Olsavsky safe at second. Beats the throw with some good speed there. 2-1 here. The tag, I think, was just a second late. Good throw from Fleming, though. And, well, the base has come out again. That has been a, what do you say, recurring trend for the season. So we'll take a very short breather. Let's use this time to take a look around the PGCBL and more updates for the big games. Watertown is most likely going to win with a run-ahead rule against Newark. They currently lead 14-2 in the bottom of the fourth. So that game could be over in the fifth inning. Batavia currently leading 4-1 against Jamestown. Amsterdam now leads 5-2 against Albany. Utica trailing 7-0 to Mohawk Valley, but results tonight might be able to get them clinched in the playoffs. Geneva and Elmira currently a 7-3 lead for the Red Wings, and the Doubledays and Power a 1-0 lead. For the Doubledays, it is still that entering the top of the fourth inning. Play now ready to resume. 2-1 count here for Marsh. Marsh calls time, and now 2-1 again. Marsh is going to send this one over into the gap. It won't get down. It'll be caught, but Olsovsky tags up and heads to 3. 2 away. Man on third with 2 outs. Here comes Frank Wayman. Grounded out and got an RBI in his previous at-bat. One and 0 taken outside. Two and 0 here for Wayman. On deck is Aiden Blake, who had a walk in his previous at bat. And that one, 3-0, I will say, that one definitely was close to being a strike, but I have a feeling it'll just be called a little low. 3-0 here for Wayman, and I have a feeling this will be ball 4. We've generally seen 4-pitch walks for the Pios, but this one will be ruled strike 1 as the heater tags the corner. 3-1 here for Wayman. Ball 4. So Wayman will get on base. Takes just the one extra pitch. Runners at the corners for Aiden Blake with 2 away. (8:15 p.m. here in Elmira. 77 degrees, and we could see some light rain, of course, soon. As we take a look at the radar, there are some scattered showers. However, for now, it should be fine, and the rain on the radar isn't anything worse than green, which is good news. We can still play with that. Ooh! That one slips out of Walter's hands, and Blake is ultimately able to get out of the way, but a scary pitch indeed. 1-0, runners at the corners, 2 away. Now, I would not be surprised if Wayman goes here. It's the type of base running shenanigans the Pios are known for, especially with Wayman being 13-0 on stolen base attempts for the season, because it could also then bring a runner home. By the way, if Wayman gets caught in a pickle, the runner from third gets home in time, it does score a run. So maybe if you're the Pios, even with 2 outs, you do try to risk it. At the end, you do gain 1 run. Grounded to third, they go over the force out at 2 and will end the inning. And with that, the Pioneers strand 2 runners No hits, no errors, no runs. Still a 7-3 game as we enter the 4th inning right after this.
Nearly 3,000 employees working across various locations in the Southern Tier, Arnett Health was recognized as one of America's best mid-size employers by Forbes for 2022. And we turn to our employees to find out what makes Arnett such a good employer.
Is the level of ownership that everyone has for their work and the amount that they show that they care.
Regardless of role or job title, everyone here supports one another and brings passion to the work they do.
During the COVID pandemic, we had everybody in our system come together and work as a really strong team.
They want to be here, they love being here, they love helping everybody.
Everywhere I go, we have just great staff. And they're my friends, and I see them, how dedicated and hardworking they are.
It's amazing how much perseverance and effort we go through to strive for the best patient outcomes possible.
Now at the plate will be Ortiz, as he's the top of the order to start off the top of the 4th. Southern Tier Custom Fabricators this inning sponsor for the Pioneers. 7-3 lead for the Double Days. POTUS went 1-2-3 last time, and I think would fancy doing that again. Grounded to short. Good grab on the run by Osofsky, one away. Hitman back up. Got on with the fielder's choice and popped out. He's 0 for 2 today. 0-1 now as he fouls this one off. Hitman leads the Red Wings with 2 triples, a stat that he's tied with treble at. Ball 1 as it bounces off of Evans' glove. I will say, if some of those little things for Evans might just be the fact that he's new to the team and not entirely useful to the pitching yet. It takes a little time for a catcher and pitcher to build repertoire. And usually you see that over the course of a month, that'll usually get better. So, obviously, learning curve sometimes when it comes to fielding. 2-1 here. Two. Strike 3, and there's a huge strikeout for POTUS and the first of the night for the Pioneers. Two away here for the Pios. As that will now bring up Nick Searce. He's had a single and a flyout. And that one's low, ball 1. Two and 0 here. POTUS, he's completed 2 full innings now, and he's faced 6 batters, retired every single one of them. A great start for him on the mound. 3-0 here. Strike one taken on the obvious 3-0 count. That's usually a take for pretty much everyone. Always the safe thing to do. And this time it'll be ball 4 for Surse as he works a walk. 1 on with 2 away here for Shane Dukes. Dukes 2 for 2 today with 2 RBIs. One 0 here. One and one. Two and one here. Three and one. Fouled away, so now it's a full count. Three, 2 now. Swing and a miss, and POTUS gets out of the inning with a second strikeout. One runner on, and he will be stranded. Bottom of the fourth coming right up for the Pioneers. Due up, Mandler, Muzio, Shimoleski.
Owned and operated since 1905. At the Hilliard Corporation, we've proven ourselves time and time again as the leading industrial manufacturer in the Elmira and Southern Tier region. We make the products you need with the quality you and your business deserve. Industrial clutches and brakes, drivetrain products, filtration equipment, engine starters, braking systems. We engineer, manufacture, and distribute them. All of the products we manufacture are designed right here, so we truly know the products we provide for you, inside and out. On top of being an industrial manufacturer, at the Hilliard Corporation we also serve as a weld shop and machine shop. We specialize in creating custom parts and pieces to fit particular and uncommon applications. The secondary location is the home of the drivetrain division, where products for Polaris and other vehicle manufacturers are made. This is a high-volume, celled manufacturing plant that produces thousands of parts daily. Diversified, but our company has stayed true to our Elmira roots. Today, Hilliard maintains its original location while continually expanding its motion control and filtration product lines in the Elmira area. Hilliard designs and manufactures for companies around the globe, occupying more than 500,000 square feet and employing about 500 people. Taking pride.
Bottom of the fourth, Max Mandler leads off. He struck out looking last time. Mandler's going to send this one to right. One away. That'll bring up Joe Muzio. And I think one thing the Pioneers just need to keep focused with is to take their time with at-bats. It's not a completely dead scoreline. It's a 4-run deficit. And we know the Pioneers can get some good scoring innings. They've still got a whopping 17 outs to play with here from the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th innings, as well as 2 more here. They've got time to try to work counts and do some damage. Muzio can try to get started. He drew a walk in his first at-bat. Muzio hits that hard and should be... No, it's going to be ruled foul. I think it just went over the line barely. It's a close play, though. 0-1. For Muzio. Muzio hits that. It's caught at second. 2 away. Chmielewski struck out in his first at-bat, and he's going to be back up here. Taken 0-1. This one sent to the outfield, and this time it'll be a base hit. It'll be a 2-out single. That'll bring up Eric Charnetsky, who's also 0 for 1 today. Pioneers will show a little late offense. And the question is, Charnetsky, can he get that dice roll and send a ball deep? It would help Chmielewski try to score and try to cut that deficit down. On Star Wars night, he had the nickname Char Binks. In Auburn, he had the nickname Charbies, as that was a favorite fast food joint that he would usually get some food from. There's Norby's not too far away from Elmira. Wonder if he's ever stopped there this season. 1-0 here. This one hit and foul, 1-1. Chmielewski with a great jump. And the count, I think, will be 3-1 here. I'm not fully sure what that pitch was called. So I think 2-1 here. I'll have to wait and see him going off the scoreboard there. But Chmielewski on second now with that stolen base. Three and one as this one now goes high. On deck is Bryce Evans. Might get a chance this inning. This time it's going to be hit hard by Charnetsky over to left field. Chmielewski rounds third, heading to home, and the throw home is not made in time. It is an RBI single for Charnetsky, and is now a 7-4 ball game, as Bryce Evans will get a chance with 2 away. Huge play there for the Pios, and they will get one step closer to getting back into this game. Evans up at the plate. struck out in his first at-bat, but had a great night last night. He's going to send that foul, and Billy Wilderman can't field it. 0-1. Fouled away, it's 0-2. And, well, make that the third hit by pitch of the season for Evans. 2 runners now on for Cooper Smith. And I'll say Cooper Smith is the type of guy who can get offense going when you need him to. He's 1 for 2 today. And when it comes to a 2-out situation with runners in scoring position, Cooper Smith hits .435, where he's got 23 at-bats and 11 RBIs. That's great news for the Pios, who now find themselves with that exact spot, even though it is just 1 runner. Swing and a miss there in the dirt from Cooper Smith, fooled with the breaking ball. Oh, 1. That one low. The pickoff attempt not made in time. It's 1-1. Good throw from Fleming, but tag not made by Searce. I have a feeling at this stage that was probably Eugene Barber talking to Evans, just letting him know, hey, just be careful with the base path. You don't want to get picked off to end the inning. Smith fouls this one off. It's a 1-2 count. Pios down to their final strike again. Ball 2 inside, close one, but Fleming can't frame it well enough. Claps here at Dunn Field. Willing on Cooper Smith, and he's going to keep alive after fouling that one off. Two for Cooper Smith. Swing and a miss. That one gets in the dirt. Fleming's throw to first will be in time. Pios strand 2 runners, but score 1 on 2 hits. Pios baseball will be back with the top of the 5th right after this.
When you're on the go, your bank should go with you. You need to change the way you money. With Chemung Canal Trust Company, you can take control of your money your way. Whether you're multitasking from your home office, killing time at your kids' soccer practice, or jet-setting around the globe, now you can manage your money right from the palm of your hand. Change the way you money with Chemung Canal Trust Company. Chemung Canal Trust Company. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
So a little activity over in the Geneva bullpen. Someone I think stretching out and getting ready. And we have some updates around the PGCBL. Watertown defeats the Newark Pilots in 5, 18-3. Batavia winning 6-1 currently against Jamestown, entering the bottom of the 5th. Utica trails 7-0. The Doubledays still lead 1-0. Amsterdam leads 5-3. And I will say, whoops, I got another one of the bots in chat. Oh well, remember just not to click any suspicious links. Top of the 5th underway here. POTUS on the mound. Triple at the plate. 1 for 1 with a walk. Strike 1 taken. Pios only trailing by 3 now as they've started to get back with offense. POTUS keeps up some good work on the mound. Might be able to get the Pios bats back up quickly and get them going. By the way, the bullpen now is empty for Geneva. This one sent to Wilsofsky. 1 away. That's going to bring up Fleming now. With runners, no runners on and 1 out. Of course, the Soto trade saga, when we take a look around the baseball world, still huge discussions being had. The 2 most likely candidates right now appear to be the Cardinals and Yankees. 1 away now. 0-1. This one popped up. Marsh under it. And 2 away. And I will say, Jarek POTUS, Elmira fans are going to love him here at Elmira College next season. Not just for his basketball skills, which, by the way, is actually the first thing that comes up when you Google Jarek POTUS. But so far, he's had an incredible season in Elmira. And he'll be back in Elmira next season at Elmira College for baseball. So I know it'll be great to see him there. And I absolutely love having him here as he gets a swing and miss to start from Castellana. Castellana shares a similar name to, of course, Nick Castellanos. They even share the same first name. But Castellana doesn't have any home runs that go to deep left field to make it a 4-0 ball game. Instead, he has scored runs in a few other ways. Only 3 RBIs this season. But he's only played in 21 games with 17 starts. 1-1. This one now up high, 2-1. Three and 1. This one sent high, but it won't be deep enough for a home run. Mandler's under it. And it's another 1-2-3 inning for Jarek POTUS. Elite stuff on the mound as we enter the bottom of the 5th inning. Pios trail by 3 and will want to come right back. Make sure you don't miss it. We'll be back right after this.
For more than a century, you've counted on Arnett Health. Counted on us to heal you, support you, encourage you, get you back on your feet. And for more than a century, Arnett has counted on you too. You're our community, our purpose, our passion. You're the reason we do what we do. Because giving our patients the best of ourselves is just who we are. Looking forward while embracing our legacy. Staying on the cutting edge while staying connected to our patients. Focusing on state-of-the-art procedures and the most effective care. At Arnett, We're nurses, doctors, and teams of other caregivers inspired by healing. We know your physical, emotional, and spiritual health are each part of the whole of you. To continue a tradition of medicine driven by compassion, teaching, and healing. That's why we're here. It's who we are. It's what we do.
Bottom of the fifth now underway, back at Dunn Field. Botus having some elite pitching. The Pios bats just got to respond in kind. Wasowski, Marsh, and Wayman do up. And again, just another note, nothing's really changed on the scoreboard. The Newark-Watertown game is finished. Batavia leads. Utica trails. Auburn leads. As they're in the bottom of the fifth, that'll be an interesting game to watch. That'll have the most playoff implications for both of these teams. Jamestown loss could push them further out of the running. This one's sent foul, 0-1. A Jamestown loss could put them 2.5 games back. A Pios loss here and Auburn and Geneva win would likely put the Pios 2 games back to both. But the Pios still have time to try to fight back, and they've got 3 good hitters up now. Olsowski, Marsh, and Wayman as mentioned. Olsowski's 1 for 1 with a walk. Two and one outside. Three and one. This one sent for a base hit, and Olsowski works to good count and gets aboard. One on, and that'll bring up another player. By the way, there has been activity over in Geneva's bullpen. The question will be whether they keep Walters in or switch to a different arm. Runner off first, Marsh at the plate. That's a recipe for success a lot of the time. In fact, we take a look at the situational statistics with that. Marsh hitting .338 with runners on base this season. Marsh drives that one. Deep right field. It's going to be caught at the warning track. Olsowski had tagged and tried to get to second on a stolen base attempt. But it'll be one away now at Dunn Field. Tough for Marsh as he's hit 2 really nice balls, but they've both been caught in the outfield. Wayman up with a runner off first here. We take a look at Wayman's stats in this position with a runner on. He hits .329, which surprisingly is actually less than his overall average for the season. But one away now for Wayman. Outside with a pitch out attempt for Olsowski. Maybe it wasn't an intentional pitch out, but had that effect to try to keep Olsowski at first. One-0 here. 2-0. Wayman grounded out for an RBI and has a walk today. Wouldn't mind taking a second walk here. That's going to be shot to third. They're able to turn one. Wayman beats the throw. Sturks makes a good grab, but he'll be safe. That'll be ruled as likely a fielder's choice. 2 away now. Blake has a walking ground out to his name today. The BGCBL Player of the Week back now with 2 outs and a chance to try to keep this offense going for the Pios. They've scored in 3 of the 4 innings today, and a score here would get that deficit down by 1 or maybe 2, depending on how the at-bat and inning goes. Ball 1 taken low. With POTUS doing great on the mound, it's going to be up to the Pioneers' bats to try to get them back in this game. Sluggish first inning and 2 runs allowed in the second put them behind, but the Pios bats have answered. This one's grounded over to short. It's picked up, but he's just going to hold it as there's not enough time for either throw. I think that'll be graded as a single here. Not much you could do on the play like that. Better just to keep in front of it. That'll bring up Max Mandler with 2 on and 2 away. Mandler with runners in scoring position and 2 away is hitting .333 in the season. He's had some periods where he's struggled to get hits, but one time I remember, after a tough stretch, he came up in the 9th inning with a massive 2 RBI double to put the Pioneers in a safe lead against Jamestown. So we know he can be clutch, and this might be one of the most clutch opportunities of the season. 2 runners on and 2 away in a 3-run game. A hit here would most certainly bring a run home and get it closer. And with half the game to play, it opens up a lot of opportunities through these next 4 innings. Pioneers have at least 13 outs to go. Mandler sends this to the outfield. The question is, will it fall? No, it won't. That'll end the inning. Pioneers get 2 hits, but strand 2 runners. More Pios baseball up next in the top of the 6th inning.
For more than a century,
With Chemung Canal's mobile banking services, you can get back to doing what you love most faster. At Chemung Canal, you chart your course and we'll help you get there. Chemung Canal Trust Company, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
I'd like to use this opportunity during this break to thank all the Pioneer sponsors that we don't show on broadcast and commercials who help make this season possible. Thanks to AJ's Outdoor Power Equipment, and Arca Chemung Schuyler, Arnett Health, Big Fox, Blaze Brockway Contracting, Wheel Electric, Buckley's Automotive, Catholic Charities, Chemung Canal Trust, Clemens Center, Coca-Cola, Dandy Mini Marts, Elm Chevy, Elmira Heat Treating, the Elmira Junior Enforcers, Firefly Adventure Retreat, First Transit, Glovehouse, Hardinge, Hilliard's Comic Shop, Hilliard, Jubilee Foods, Just in Time, M&T Bank, NYSCO PBA, Office Equipment, OPWDD, Papa John's, Pinecroft Golf Course, Salins, Save-A-Lot, Seneca Beverage, Service Master, Serve Pro, Shen's Wholesale, Simmons Rockwell, Slammin' Jammin' Barbecue, Suburban Propane, Southern Tier Custom Fab, Solutions FCU, SUNY Corning, Susan Minchin DDS, The Cakery, Tioga Downs, Today's Special, Tom South Corning, Tower Broadcasting, the Town of Southport, Turtleleaf, the U.S. Navy, Value Homes, Vasco Brands, Wegmans, Waste Markets, and Wilbur Auto. Thanks again to all those sponsors. Top of the 6th underway. First Transit this inning sponsor for the Pios. Thanks again to all the sponsors who make this Pioneer season possible. Pios trail by 3 in what you could call a relative must-win game. They need to win at least one of these 2 against Geneva if they realistically want a shot at the playoffs. They have a chance to come back tonight. They'll be up to their bats and the great arm right now of Jared POTUS. Swing and miss on that one, strike 1. Jelpy today He got hit by a pitch and flew out. He's 0 for 1. And for the season, Jelpy, one of the weaker hitters that is eligible, but is a good defensive presence for Auburn. That's a flyout for the first out of the inning. Fleischer up now. He's 0 for 2, but did bring home an RBI in his previous out in the first inning. 1 away now. Update around the PGCBL. Batavia still leads 6-1. Mohawk Valley leads 7-2. Auburn currently leads against Niagara 1-0. That's an important game for the Pios, as they are also 1 game back from them. 1-0 taken low. Batavia beating Jamestown will help the Pioneers stay firmly in 5th place and closer into this playoff hunt. Obviously, Jamestown, it would hurt them quite a bit, as they potentially would fall even further back as well. And of course, at this point of the season, Newark and Niagara's playoff hopes dusted away. They can only play spoiler in their final few matchups against playoff contenders. 1-1 here with 1 away. This one's sent to right field. It's foul and will get down, so 1-2 now. Podest, alongside Kendall, the 2 tallest Pioneer players. One and 2 here for Fleischer. On deck, Gorham. This one's sent up the middle for a base hit. And actually, that's the first base hit surrendered from Jarek Podest all night. 1 on, 1 away, and it opens up a double play opportunity for the Pioneers. Thanks for the update, Cam. It is indeed 6-1 lead for Batavia against Jamestown. Both bullpens empty. I do wonder if Walters will be taken out next inning or not. He's done well so far, but they might want to maybe go to a reliever, see if that changes it up, or maybe they do trust him. We'll have to wait and see. This one low, ball 1. 0 for 2 today for Gorham. When it comes to his season stats, Gorham is second on the team with a .313 average and an .841 OPS. Two-0 here. Podest, the 2-0 here to Gorham. Runner on first. I wonder if he's going to try to move it all. This one, the line shot under it will be Cooper Smith. 2 away. I'm grading that as a line drive because of just how hard that was hit. That was easily over 90 miles an hour off the bat. But yeah, Batavia leading. Don't think I was missaying it. If I did, I apologize if I was actually saying Jamestown was leading. Because of the Wi-Fi issues here at Dunfield, unfortunately our live stats are down right now if you're also looking for those. But if you got any questions, just let me know. I'll be able to answer them for you. 2 away here. Swing and a miss for strike 1. He went around. Tried holding up, but couldn't. It's the top of the order back up, and Ortiz got a single, a walk, and a ground out. 1 for 2. He grounded out the last time he faced off against Podest. And now he's down 0-2 with 2 away. Try to get to the bottom of the 6th here. The Pioneers will have 4 more chances at the plate. Podest wants to make sure that run deficit only is at 3. And he's 1 strike away from doing so. This one popped up. Mandler under it. That'll end the inning. One hit, 1 runner stranded. That'll be all for Geneva in the top of the 6th. Pioneers 3 runs back. More Pios baseball right after this.
For more than a century, you've counted on Arnett Health. Counted on us to heal you, support you, encourage you, get you back on your feet. And for more than a century, Arnett has counted on you too. You're our community, our purpose, our passion. You're the reason we do what we do. Because giving our patients the best of ourselves is just who we are. Looking forward while embracing our legacy. Staying on the cutting edge while staying connected to our patients. Focusing on state-of-the-art procedures and the most effective care. At Arnett, we're nurses, doctors, and teams of other caregivers inspired by healing. We know your physical, emotional, and spiritual health are each part of the whole of you. To continue a tradition of medicine driven by compassion, teaching, and healing. That's why we're here. It's who we are. It's what we do.
Pios baseball back now in the bottom of the 6th. Due up for the Pios is Muzio, Shimoleski, Sharnetsky. Tonight, Muzio's gone on with a walk, but also grounded out. Swing and a miss there, fooled by that inside pitch, strike 1. Definitely Muzio's the type of player who does bite at early pitches. But he does fight back from counts. Muzio, line drive up the middle, and that'll be a single to start the inning. Shimoleski will come up now with run on and no one out. There is one meeting that Geneva will have before they can have to substitute Walters, and their pitching coach is staying back. The only coaches out there are Eugene Barber and Coach Billy Wilderman. Actually, I might be wrong. It could be Brian Joe out there. 1-0. Want to know here for Shimoleski. Muzio goes, and that one bounces away. He slid into second, and that was unfortunate there for Muzio. He might have been able to get to 3 if he didn't. 2-0 count now. Still a successful movement, though, for Muzio. Won't count as a stolen base, though. It's a wild pitch. Shimoleski up ahead in the count. He's 1 for 2 today. What can the Pios number 37 do? 3-0. Earlier this season, I got a really nice care package from Shimoleski's parents. Included a Texas shirt and a couple of other things as well. And ball 4. That'll put a runner on base and open up a double play opportunity. But now it'll be Sharnetsky with 2 on and no one out. And here comes a coach out there. And the question is whether he's going to point to the bullpen or just go for a quick chat. Let's see if he reaches for the ball. And yes, he will. That'll be Walter's day done. after 5 solid innings. He's responsible for both runners on, and we will get the info of who's coming in just a second. Charnetsky and Evans due up. Cooper Smith also has a potential at bat, too. It looks like Aiden Reagan's going to come in here. Reagan has a 4.77 ERA through 5 innings. And he'll be tall upon in this spot right here. Looks like he throws some heat as a righty. Pioneers trailing by 3, but they've got 2 on. And if they can do good against Reagan and the rest of the Geneva bullpen, this game could very well open right back up. Charnetsky had a single and flyout in his first 2 at-bats. Three Pioneers have home runs this season: Charnetsky, Muzio, and Blake. You can expect power from all over the lineup, but those 3 have actually done it. All Charnetsky needs here is just a good hit, and it would help the Pioneers as they try to get back into this one. He's going to take a little more time as he's ready to face Reagan. And let's see how this first at-bat goes for Reagan and the third at-bat for Charnetsky. Squares up with a bunt and takes it outside, ball 1. And I will say, definitely not surprised if they look to do it. Thanks for the offer, Carl, but I think we're pretty good with the cooler temperatures right now in Elmira. We just had the heat wave. Here that was messing up a few of the streams with our camera, unfortunately. Definitely enjoying the cooler temperatures. I'm generally down Florida year-round, so already get quite enough heat throughout the year. Anyway, solid day for Shimoleski with a single and walk. And already up 2-0. I know that Charnetsky wouldn't mind as well. As this one's low for ball 3. That could load the bases for Bryce Evans. He's 0 for 1 today with his 3rd hit by pitch of the season coming in that next at-bat. And by the way, he's had 3 true at-bats, I think, all season. Actually, no, 2 true at-bats all season. And he's been hit by 3 pitches. Ball 4. Evans inherits bases loaded. And forget Texas heat. Things are heating up. Now at Dunn Field. Tying run is on first with no one out. Evans, Smith, and Olsavsky could be 3 potential batters that are due up. Infield going to be playing in for double play depth. It could be something huge if Evans can find a hit again. Gets the ball to the outfield. He surely scores 1. Ball 1 taken just a bit low. Evans would certainly not mind if he got hit by a pitcher, brought home a walk, a run with a walk. 1-0 now. Swing and a miss there, strike 1. That heat was very hard inside that time. 1-1. Might have been a 2-seam or just a standard 4-seam that got to the inside. 1-1 here for the Pios catcher. The late season acquisition. Ball 2 a bit low. Good discipline so far from Evans, I'll say that. Might have been a tiny bit aggressive in his first at-bat, but has recovered well. He's hit incredibly well in college, and even though it's a tiny sample size, he currently leads the team in average. 2-1 here. Dunfield getting loud. That one's popped short, but it will roll foul, so we'll go again. 2-2. And that's the problem. It did go foul. It's disappointing, but that is how it works. Otherwise, that little hit would have brought home Muzio and kept those bases loaded. So we got a 2-2 count for Evans. Two for Evans. He's got Smith on deck, and he's also got Osofsky on deck. The Pioneers need something here. This one popped up. Will it land in foul territory? No! Yes, it will! Sirs couldn't come up with it. The Pioneers runners tagged up, not realizing that the ball actually was dropped. Although I will mention, in a way, that actually does prevent a run from coming home. So maybe that wasn't the worst outcome. Because Muzio had tagged up and would have reached home safely on that play. Everyone here at Dunfield on the edge of the seats. Pioneers trailing by 3, but they've got 3 in play. 2-2 again to Evans. Strike 3 taken on the outside corner. That'll get some boos around Dunfield as Cooper Smith comes back up. 1 away. Smith, he's got 2 strikeouts, but he's also got a single. Cooper Smith. Oh, we'd love another hit from him right here. It would be huge. And this is a type of hit that isn't just important for a single game. It's for a season. It's for playoff hopes. It's the most important game of the season so far for the Pioneers. Just like next one will be too. Fouls this one off, 0-1. Cooper Smith hitting .667 with bases loaded. He's had 3 attempts at the plate with it. Sorry. He's had 3 attempts, 6 RBI. In fact, the only person who does better is Joe Muzio and Frank Wayman. 0-1. That one low, ball 1. The Pios as a team are actually hitting .293 with the bases loaded, which is actually about 40 points better than their normal average. 1 and 2 here, taken by Smith. Can always be tough for batters to settle in with a new pitcher. 1-2 with one away here. Cooper Smith will desperately want to get a ball in play. Infield back at normal depth here. That one's going to be grounded over to short. They get one out at third. So actually, they're going to take the lead runner, but Cooper Smith gets an RBI on the fielder's choice. Shimoleski out at third. Charnetsky moves to second. Cooper Smith on first. It's a 7-5 lead with 2 away now for the Pios. That'll bring up Olsavsky, who's 2 for 2 today. Only a triple and home run short of the cycle with a single and double. Outside, ball 1. That 1-0 fouled away. It's 1-1. No updates with all the scores. They're all the same as those games continue. Batavia leads by 5. Auburn leads by 1. 1-1 here for Olsavsky. 2-1 now as that one's taken low. A huge potential outcome here at this at-bat for Joel Olsavsky. Olsavsky sends this one to right field. Will it get behind? No, it won't. No, it's dropped! It is dropped! Rounding third and heading to home! Olsavsky, the clutchest hit of the Pioneer season! We are tied in the bottom of the 6th inning. Olsavsky comes out on what will be graded as an error in right field. 2 runs come home. The Pios have come back from a 7-3 deficit. And now we are tied at 7-7. And I don't know what they're trying to contest here. That ball was dropped in the outfield. It is an error for Olsavsky that gets him all the way to second. Olsavsky will not care that the 2 runs brought home will not be credited as RBIs. Although I do wonder whether the coach also came out just for the Pioneers dugout. That's actually a more likely explanation, as there's absolutely nothing you challenge on that play. Go ahead run now at second, and it's a 7-7 ball game. Joe Olsavsky has brought the Pios into this game, and what might be unfortunate news for Olsavsky, or actually, you know what, he wouldn't mind, it's not bad news. He might have to pitch later today, as he is the team's high leverage reliever. And he will definitely be called upon if they need a high leverage reliever. 0-1 here for Bobby Marsh. Now with that runner on second. Marsh hits that, and it's caught by Surse. That'll end the inning. But the Pios score 3, and this game is tied. One hit, 1 error, 3 runs, 1 left on base. We've got ourselves a ball game back at Dunfield. More Pios baseball entering the top of the 7th inning.
When you're on the go, your bank should go.
Hi, I'm Bill Mullaney, president of SUNY Corning Community College. I'm here today to let you know the classes and the quality of education that you've expected of us are ready to be delivered. Whether you're interested in transferring to a four-year university or joining the workforce directly, Corning Community College has the program for you. We're here to provide the best possible education that we can, no matter what your aspirations. We hope that as you begin to weigh your options for the fall semester, you'll think first of Corning Community College. We're here for you, closer to home.
Pittman will lead off for Geneva here in the top of the 7th. I'm Taylor Storthy. Welcome back to more Pioneer Baseball. And oh boy, has this been a crazy game. Now, no further updates. Everything is still just as it is. Jamestown trails by 5. Auburn leads by 1. Batavia step closer to trying to secure the number 1 seed as Utica trails 7-2 in their game. First pitch taken for ball 1. This one a little bit low. Ball 2. Now, if POTUS starts to run out of gas, I have a feeling we're going to have to see a shortstop come into the game. Because it will be Olsavsky that gets bumped to the mound. He can go multiple innings. We've seen him go on a 6-inning start where he had an incredible outing, only allowing just a couple runs. This one's going to be sent to left. Will it get down in time? And yes, it will. However, after Olsavsky misses an incredible dive, right behind him, Charnetsky, who picks it up. It's a 1-base single for Hitman, and that brings up Surse. That's a go-ahead run now, as this game is once again level here at Dunn Field. Surse today is 1 for 2. For the season, he's been a great hitter. 7 home runs, 24 RBIs. He leads the Red Wings in that category. Ball 1 taken low. If there is a little bit of a jam for the Pios, I have a feeling they won't hesitate and bring in Olsavsky. Not sure if he's going to be listed with the pitchers that are active today, but obviously it would be a no-brainer move. He is. Count now goes 2-0. New arrival Zach Nelson would also be a potential arm to come in eventually. So is Mason Smith, who's more of a high leverage reliever for the Pios in most cases. So there's now a 2-0 count for Surse. Ball 3 inside. And POTUS has had a great outing so far, but even he might not have all the gas in the world when it comes to going the distance. He also had walked Surse last time, though, so this could be him cautiously pitching around. But he will find the 3-1 right here. Low, but inside the zone. And a couple groans from the Auburn dugout. Surse telling him to calm down. He's got this. And, you know, knowing Surse's track record against us, unfortunately, he does have a point. He has done well against us this season. Just ask Mike Sokol. He hit a home run off him a little while back. But 3-1 here. This one's going to be sent for a base hit. And 2-on with no one out. And I have to wait and see. I think they're going to still give a green light for Surse, or for POTUS. Keep in mind, Pios hitters are red hot. So even if they lose the lead here, they could definitely be on track to gain it right back in the next inning. Duke's up now with 2 on, and he might be one of the last hitters you'd like to see in this spot. He had 2 RBIs earlier today. And he's a .367 average on the season. He's going to try to drop a bunt, but it goes foul, 0-1. So just trying to play the percentage game here. Dukes also has a bit of speed behind him. By the way, you pronounce Dukes like Dukes. Mickey and the Duke. It's a D-U-X name, but isn't Ducks. Dukes. 0-1 here. One and one now. Unsurprisingly, we see Marsh running onto it. Expect the infield to be aggressively covering the ball. I wonder whether they might try to get it, force out at third and get a runner. That one grounded up the middle. That's a base hit. Mandler picks it up in center. Can't field it cleanly enough. Runners stay at first and second. And Auburn strikes right back and retakes the lead. 3 hits in a row to start and another RBI for Dukes. And honestly, a little surprised to see Drum still on the bench. POTUS has had an incredible night out here, but I personally feel it would be a no-brainer decision to just bring in Olszewski and try to get out of the jam. Obviously, you want confidence in your guys, and POTUS is the player who can get out of this jam. But we'll see what happens here. This one's popped up. Will it land in no man's land? No. Infield fly rule 1 away. So before I could even introduce treble, POTUS gets the first out of the inning. Fleming up, Castellana on deck. So you know what? Likely keeping POTUS in would be the right decision here. If POTUS can retire the final few batters, and then eventually, you could then shift in Olszewski for 8 and 9. The Pioneers offense red hot, as I mentioned. They scored 3 runs in the previous inning, and we'll be wanting to do it again. Fouled away, 0-1. This one low, 1-1. Two and 1. Two one here from POTUS. It's 3 and 1, a little bit outside. POTUS just needs to find the zone. He doesn't want bases loaded. You just got to risk a ball in play here. And ball 4. Bases are now loaded with 1 away. And a pretty stressful spot now for the Pios. And here comes Wileman. At this point, I don't think he'll be replacing POTUS. Instead, it's just going to be a talk, getting POTUS ready for what will be another incredibly important at-bat. POTUS can retire the inning, get through it with just that 1 run. Pios will still be right there, 1 run behind. During this meeting, let's update you on the scores around the PGCBL one more time. Batavia 6-1 entering the 9th inning. Mohawk defeats Utica 7-2. And in the top of the 8th, Niagara still trails 1-0. So one-run game for both Auburn and Elmira and Geneva. Incredibly high stakes here late in the season. And now POTUS is going to be set to face off against Castellana. He's 1 for 3 today. First pitch. Taken for strike 1. Reminder just to avoid any non-verified accounts in chat. They provide suspicious links. Like the one that's currently there. 1-1 here as that one's taken outside. And 2-1 count now. This one popped up. It'll go foul. And it'll land foul. No chance to get it. 2-2. Bases loaded, a 2-2 count. This would be a perfect opportunity for a POTUS strikeout. One away here with the bases loaded. Top of the 7th. Sorry, top of the 7th. I got confused. Thought it was a little bit further in the game. For a second. And up high, ball 3. Bases loaded, a full count. This is why we watch baseball. It's the most exciting and stressful part of any game. Playoff implications on the line. Here's the pitch to Castellana, ready for POTUS. Swing and a miss. He's going to get a huge strikeout here. And that is one of the most important strikeouts of the Pioneer season. 2 away. And now any force out ends the inning for the Pios as they could escape the jam with just that one blemish. That'll bring up Jelpe, who's 0 for 2 today with a hit by pitch. And obviously you can't underestimate any hitter. Jared POTUS knows exactly that. First pitch. Strike 1 taken. Good framing from Evans. This one fouled away. It's now an 0-2 count with 2 away. Final strike of the inning, potentially just outside ball 1. POTUS gave up 1 run, but it was off just a couple well-placed hits. Not much they could do there. He has recovered brilliantly and can get out of one of the most stressful situations of his career. 2-2. Evans shook his head. I'm shaking my head. That looked like strike 3. That really looked like strike 3. But 2-2 now for Jelpe. This time it was inside. 3-2 again. Couple groans, but the ones should have been used more for that second pitch. This one was clearly a ball. Full count again for POTUS. Here's the all-important payoff pitch from the stretch. Fouled away. He checked up. I can hear my fellow commentator from Geneva. We are both barely able to hold on. This has been so high stakes, so high stress. Exactly what you want from a match like this between two playoff contenders in what could be the most important game for either season. 3-2 now. Swing and a miss. Derek POTUS on fire. He gets out of the jam. One run comes home, but so many more could have. 3 runners stranded. Pios trailing, but plenty of time to go. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors. 3 left the board. 8-7, but still 9 outs to go. Pios baseball back right after this.
Owned and operated since 1905. At the Hilliard Corporation, we've proven ourselves time and time again as the leading industrial manufacturer in the Elmira and Southern Tier region. We make the products you need with the quality you and your business deserve. Industrial clutches and brakes, drivetrain products, filtration equipment, engine starters, braking systems. We engineer, manufacture, and distribute them. All of the products we manufacture are designed right here, so we truly know the products we provide for you, inside and out. On top of being an industrial manufacturer, at the Hilliard Corporation we also serve as a weld shop and machine shop. We specialize in creating custom parts and pieces to fit particular and uncommon applications. The secondary location is the home of the drivetrain division, where products for Polaris and other vehicle manufacturers are made. This is a high-volume, celled manufacturing plant that produces thousands of parts daily. Over time, Hilliard's product line has diversified, but our company has stayed true to our Elmira roots. Today, Hilliard maintains its original location while continually expanding its motion control and filtration product lines in the Elmira area. Hilliard designs and manufactures for companies around the globe, occupying more than 500,000 square feet and employing about...
Bottom of the 7th, back at Dunfield. We have gotten our money's worth so far, and it's going to be Frank Wayman leading off against Reagan. Geneva scored 1 run in the top of the 7th to take the lead after the Pioneers equalized in the bottom of the 6th. Can the Pios bats stay hot as Wayman leads off? Strike 1. Ooh, that was close, but on the outside corner, 0-1. 2 full counts with the bases loaded. Absolutely crazy. And now the Pios have a chance to try to come back here. This one sent, and the tying run gets aboard to start the inning. It's Wayman, Blake, and Mandler. 3 very good hitters leading off. So that also plays for the Pios' favor. I wonder if Drum will tell Blake to try to drop a bunt down and see if he can play the percentages. These are the toughest decisions. And we know Coach Drum, we know he's made a lot of great decisions this season. And that's why he's our coach. That's why he's trying to get us to the first 500 record in a couple seasons. We've got a great group of guys, a great coaching staff, entire great situation here in Elmira. 0-1. Well, nope, not 0-1. It's the first pitch of the at-bat to Aiden Blake. Fouled away, it's now 0-1. Unless they did a pitch when I wasn't looking, which I don't think so, so it should be 0-1 here. I could be wrong, though. Yes, now it's 0-1. But a runner on first, no one out. Think that's Ben Efros trying to get a ball, or... it's actually Max Mandler went over and got it. 0-1 here. Here's Blake, 0-1. Pickoff attempt, and Wayman safe. Pio's bullpen, we see activity with someone stretching. Can't tell exactly who from here, but it will be someone for a high leverage spot, undoubtedly. That one low. It's going to get away from Fleming, and that'll let Wayman get in scoring position. 1-1 here. And again, this is why you want to be at Dunfield with the atmosphere. You can only hear so much of it on the broadcast. The battle between continues. 1-1. And there's a balk. They've awarded a balk, and that'll get Frank Wayman 90 feet from home. That's the tying run. We saw a balk happen last night, and it hurt the Pios. The Pios get something back right here. And now, Wayman, 90 feet from home, with a 1-1 count and no one out, a sacrifice ties the game. With Mandler and Muzio on deck, you've got players who could then try to take the lead. Swing and a miss, 1-2 here. Tell Reagan a little stuff behind his heat there, getting some good swings and misses from Pios hitters. 1-2 now for Aiden Blake. That one low, 2-2. Good take from Aiden Blake. As the season's progressed, Aiden Blake has done so well. Currently hitting .282 with a .740 OPS. That one's outside, ball 3. And Aiden Blake getting on base here, as we see a warm reliever warming up, could be huge for the Pios. Especially as you still have Mandler and Muzio on deck, and some two good hitters in Charnetsky and Shimoleski. But each have hits today, later down the lineup too. And strike 3, Blake called out, and he is understandably disappointed. That was very close. One away right there. Dunfield hating that call. And that brings up Max Mandler. And Mandler, he can get hits when the Pios need them the most. 0 for 3 today, but we know how quickly that can change. And certainly with his stats this season, he's 100% due for a hit. It's not Doomsday, but maybe Mandler can deliver the goods. High, ball 1. Want to know for Mandler. These games have been crazy all season, but tonight, another level. Outside, ball 2. Two now. That one, ball 3, gets behind, but no reason to go there. It's a 3-0 count. Word from Jamestown. Batavia has won. Top of the 9th for the Power and Double Days. But now 3-0 for Max Mandler. Takes strike 1 there on an obvious take for the 3-0 count. (3-1). Mandler sends this one right field. It is not caught by Fleming. It is an RBI double. Mandler has tied the game. Go-ahead run on scoring position for the Elmira Pioneers here in the bottom of the 7th. And that brings up Joe Muzio with one away. I said Mandler comes up when the Pios need him the most, and he did just that. 8-8 ball game. Muzio at the plate now. He's got a potential run number 9 and would be a lead-taking run for the first of the night for the Pios on second. Muzio got his first hit coming back from injury in his previous at-bat, and he's 1 for 2 today. Swing and a miss, strike 1. On 1. Muzio sends that up the middle. That could score. Wildman sending Mandler home. The Pios take the lead off the bat of Joe Muzio. 9-8 here at the bottom of the 7th. The game is over in Auburn. The Doubledays defeat the Power. The Pios now lead against Geneva and have a man on first with just one away for Kyle Shimoleski, and that will be the day done for Reagan. He gets through 1 1/3, and that one runner will be inherited by him. Pioneers lead will be back as his replacement warms up.
With nearly 3,000 employees working across various locations in the Southern Tier, Arnett Health.
With Chemung Canal's mobile banking services, you can get back to doing what you love most faster. At Chemung Canal, you chart your course and we'll help you get there. Chemung Canal Trust Company, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Bottom of the 7th, one away, and we are going to see number 21 come into the game for the Doubledays. Or sorry, no, for when they say Doubledays, Red Wings. It's Bailey Griggs. We'll be right back and as he begins his warm-up. But I'll just quickly tell you that for the season, Griggs is a .964 ERA through 4 innings. Kyle Shimoleski steps up here with one away and a runner on first. He scored earlier today in the 4th inning after he had a single. He got on recently with a walk. He's got a chance here with a runner on and one away. Strike 1 taken. Runner goes. Ball one inside. Muzio safe. He got it in time. It's a close throw. 1-1 here. And now, Muzio in scoring position would be run number 10 and give the Pios a little larger lead. I'll have to see in the bullpen. It could be Mason Smith out there. He's been another high leverage guy from time to time. Could be someone like Scheider too. Could be maybe Nelson making his debut. Would be a crazy spot to bring him in for a debut though. Or it even could be Pose returning. I have no idea. 1-1. That one's low. 2-1. Shimoleski ahead again with Charnetsky on deck. Evans behind. Guaranteed to at least see Shimoleski if there's, or Charnetsky if there's no double play. It's Griggs on the mound. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Still one away. SUNY Corning Community College, the sponsor for this high octane inning with 3 runs being scored so far. 2 from the Pios, 1 from the Red Wings. And the Pios now hold a 1-run lead. 2-2. Strike 3 gets him looking there. And second close call on the looking strike. 2 outs now with a man in scoring position. Here comes Charnetsky. Two away now. Muzio backing up a bit. So that one's high for ball 1. They're definitely keeping an eye on Muzio, who recently got his 10th stolen base of the season. Or 11th, I think, in his most recent play. This one's strike 1 taken, a little bit lower, but in the zone. One here, applause around Dunfield, trying to hype up Charnetsky, but I tell you, he's already hyped. One from Griggs. That one's low, 2-1. And Muzio back at second. He takes some aggressive big leads, but not going, just to be careful with 2 away. Getting in the head potentially of Griggs and of Fleming, the man at home plate. Two one. Swing and a miss. It's 2-2. Pios down to their last strike of the inning. They already took the lead, but no, they won't necessarily want to strand that one runner. Muzio goes. This one gets away, so he's going to stay at 3. Muzio now 90 feet from home plate with a full count for Charnetsky. And I will say with Charnetsky, he has a .467 on base percentage this year. That number has gone up tonight. I like a full count with him. If he gets on base, he brings up Evans with 2 away. And Evans is certainly due for a hit tonight. 2 strikeouts and a hit by pitch, but we know that he's a great hitter. He can try to get something in a high leverage spot. But now 3-2 for Charnetsky. Swing and a miss. Griggs will get out of the inning. The Pios take the lead. The side was retired all via strikeouts, but the 2 most important runs of the game come home on 3 hits and no errors, 1 left on board. You ready for 2 more innings? I'm not really. It's been crazy and exciting, and we are entering the top of the 8th right after this.
Owned and operated since 1905.
For more than a century, you've counted on Arnett Health, counted on us to heal you, support you, encourage you, get you back on your feet. And for more than a century, Arnett has counted on you too. You're our community, our purpose, our passion. You're the reason we do what we do. Because giving our patients the best of ourselves is just who we are. Looking forward while embracing our legacy. Staying on the cutting edge while staying connected to our patients. Focusing on state-of-the-art procedures and the most effective care. At Arnett, we're nurses, doctors, and teams of other caregivers inspired by healing. We know your physical, emotional, and spiritual health are each part of the whole of you. To continue a tradition of medicine driven by compassion, teaching, and healing. That's why we're here. It's who we are. It's what we do.
As we get ready for the top of the 8th inning, I'm Taylor Storley again, just in case any of you guys forgot. I'll give you a few updates. Bottom of the 9th, Batavia leading 6-1. I believe, from my colleague, that was the final score. Yes, indeed. Auburn defeated Niagara 1-0. So currently, as it stands, Auburn is in 3rd place. If this result stands, it will be a tie in the standings between the Geneva Red Wings and Elmira Pioneers. The difference being that out of the 2 teams, the Pioneers have played 2 more games. Auburn would be a game up on both. Jamestown would be 1.5 games back from both. So not much would change. I believe Utica is pretty much safe as well, despite the loss. We'll have to wait and see. Jarek Potus has been replaced after an incredible outing. The run he surrendered in the 8th, he recovered immediately. That's the type of guy Jarek Potus is. He shrugs it off and gets back to work. The 2 most clutch strikeouts of the Pioneers season with the bases loaded in 3-2 counts. And the Pios gave him some love and gave him the lead. At worst, Potus gets a no decision. At best, he could be walking away a winner. Ethan Herrera is on the mound. His last outing was solid in Niagara. And they're going to be hoping for 2 good innings out of him. Or potentially 1 if they want Olsovsky in the 9th. Leading off now for the Geneva Red Wings is Fleischer. Gorham and Ortiz, the other 2 do up. Strike 1 taken. Herrera has been on and off in the rotation and bullpen. And he's had some good outings every single time he's pitched. 0-1. This one inside, 1-1. Carries a little heat behind those fastballs early. One and one. This one grounded. It's going to be picked up by Shimoleski. What a play by Shimoleski to get the first out of the inning. Gorham will now be up with 1 away. 5 outs left for the Geneva Red Wings, but it is certainly never over until it's over, as you look at a 7-2 deficit entering the bottom of the 2nd inning. And this game has been flipped on its head. It can still do that. There is so much that can happen. We just have to sit back and enjoy the ride and trust in Ethan Herrera. Gorham batting lefty this at bat. 1 away. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Herrera for the season with the Pioneers. A 3.92 ERA and 20 2/3 pitched. Swing and a miss, strike 2. He's ahead in the count with 1 away. Oh, 2. This one sent over for a base hit. Marsh not in perfect position to get it. It puts a tying run on first, but with one away, it also opens up a double play opportunity. Top of the order, Ortiz back up. He had a single in the first and has gone hitless since with a walk. He's 1 for 3. Arnett Health, this innings sponsor. One away. Swing and a miss, strike one. Ethan Herrera pitched in the game against Niagara. Surrendered 5 runs, while Keefe came in and surrendered just 1. But he had a great outing in a game that, honestly, he just needed to not completely collapse in. And, you know, Ethan Herrera, he's very good at not collapsing, as he was able to secure the win. He's also been a great two-way player, coming in as a hitter and hitting respectably from time to time, and playing well in the outfield. So, just like Osofsky, another one of the Otanis that Drum said the team had quite a few of. 0-2 here with 1 away and a man on. Up high, ball 1. This is the first time we see Herrera in a later inning like this. But I won't say it's a bad move. Herrera's been very good this season, especially as the season's progressed. 1-2. Strike 3 is going to get him looking. And he is not happy with that call. He's going to go back to the dugout. It was close, but Ortiz goes down looking. 2 away here with a man on. There was a couple of those calls against the Pios. And now that'll bring up Hitman, who's gotten a couple hits, man. 2 times he's gotten on base with a fielder's choice and a single. He's 1 for 4. And he's going to be up here with 2 away. This one fouled away, 0-1. Oh, 0-1 here with 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. Fouled away. Last strike of the inning, potentially, for Geneva. Oh, nope, wrong. My bad. Oh, 2 here. Let's let Dunfield do the talking. Cooper Smith makes the relatively routine catch and right, and Herrera has a 1-2-3-4 inning, 1 hit, 1 runner, stranded on base. We'll have last chance saloon in the top of the 9th, but for now, Pioneers get one more shot in the bottom of the 8th. We'll be back right after this.
With nearly 3,000 employees working across various locations in the Southern Tier, Arnett Health was recognized as one of America's best mid-size employers by Forbes for 2022. And we turn to our employees to find out what makes Arnett such a good employer.
Is the level of ownership that everyone has for their work and the amount that they show that they care.
Regardless of role or job title, everyone here supports one another and brings passion to the work they do.
During the COVID pandemic, we had everybody in our system come together and work as a really strong team.
They want to be here, they love being here, they love helping everybody.
Everywhere I go, we have just great staff. And they're my friends, and I see them, how dedicated and hardworking they are.
It's amazing how much perseverance and effort we go through to strive for the best patient outcomes possible.
At this stage, I think it's almost, I'm able to say, that Batavia's clinched a 1 seed for the PGCBL playoff. But certainly, they've clinched themselves home field for round 1. Utica likely will be able to punch their ticket in to the PGCAL postseason, but they're not necessarily safe as a 2 seed yet, with Auburn still right on their tails. And what happens to the rest of the playoff teams, who knows? 8-9 here in the bottom of the 8th, and the Pioneers will have a couple more chances before we enter Last Chance Saloon. Evans leads off. It'll be followed by Cooper Smith and Joel Sofsky. Evans fouls this one away, strike 1. 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Griggs recovering well right here. Ahead of Evans. Evans sends this one to left, and it's caught, 1 away. That's going to bring up Cooper Smith. Smith had a fielder's choice and RBI in his previous at-bat. He's 1 for 4 on the day. One away here. That breaker taken for ball 1. That was definitely close. Would not have been surprised if that was a strike. 1-0 here with 1 away. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Cooper Smith. Again, he's had such a good season, and tonight, some pretty good at-bats. Drum is asking just one more. If he can just get on base for Olsofsky. This one, oh, no. It'll be a single for Smith. Actually, he's turning 2. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, well, it's a comebacker that hits into Griggs. Everyone going to the mound. Oh, God. All right, we'll be right back. Griggs able to walk off the field on his own power, but I don't know how bad that injury will be. Thankfully, he didn't collapse. He was able to get up with a little bit of help. That was a hard hit ball and came right back to hit into him. So that'll prompt an immediate bullpen change for Geneva. We can only hope that Griggs is okay and this isn't anything too serious, which thankfully he was able to walk off in his field and under his own power, which is honestly an amazing sign, but you never want to see that. I think Cooper Smith will be at second on what will probably just be ruled as a single. You never want to see that on a baseball diamond. It looks like it'll be number 6 coming in. Yes, number 6 is going to enter the game for the Auburn Double Days. It is Justin Maheu. Smith immediately went over. You see Drum over there, too. Saw Drum putting his hands on his head. That's, I think, the reaction that pretty much everyone had to that play. One away, and there should be a runner on second. They might just tell him to stay at first. That also, I think, would be very fair, too, given the nature of the play. We'll have to wait and see what the umpire's call will be. The Pioneers team trainer, Kennedy, is going to head over and check on their pitcher again. But that is what you don't want to see. Oh, boy. Meanwhile, let's give you some U stats. He's pitched 5 2/3. 5 3 strikeout ratio with a 12 ERA. He's going to be tasked with just getting the final 2 outs here as we enter Last Chance Saloon. It is still absolutely pandemonium here. We'll be right back. One out here in the 8th. Cooper Smith, I think, will start on second. Mayu comes in. He's just an emergency guy in this spot. And you know Cooper Smith did not want to get on base like that. You know the saying, you get on base any way necessary? Well, that's the one way you certainly never want to in terms of a comebacker like that. Mayu's just going to come in while another reliever also stretches out. He's going to face Olsavsky and Marsh, potentially, as the 2-3 hitters are up. 1-run lead for the Pios, and another is on second. Certainly puts a little damper on things, but the good news is that he got off the field on his own power, which is generally a good sign when it comes to those incidents. 1 away now for Olsavsky. Strike 1 taken. Miles' bullpen empty. It's surely going to be Herrera back for the 9th. And Olsavsky, I think, will be ready just in case they need an emergency. 0-1. Olsavsky fouls this one off. It's 0-2. Tonight, he's gone on base every single time with a double, walk, single, and error. Oh, 2. Inside, ball 1. Close, but call the ball. Those counts have gone, those pitches have gone halfway, I think, all day. Olsavsky sends that over to short. The throw just in time, 2 away. And now Cooper Smith is on third. That brings up Bobby Marsh. 2 away and a man 90 feet from home. Strike one taken. Tonight, Marsh, he has a sac fly RBI, but no hits. He's 0 for 4. No sacrifice would bring an RBI here. He has to do it the old-fashioned way, by getting on base with a hit. And instead, that one goes wild, and it's a 10-8 game. I think it'll be a 1-1 count with that. So forget an RBI. Marsh's at bat, I think, will continue here. With the wild pitch. It's a 2-run buffer for the Pios. Bases are now empty. 1-1. Two and one here. On deck, Frank Wayman. Three and two. 3-1, sorry. And Marsh, the 3-1 here. And he's gonna, no. That was called ball or strike 2 there. This one sent and foul, so we'll go again. Full count payoff pitch here to Marsh. Marsh sends this one deep, but it'll probably end the inning. Yes, it will. The Pios bring 1 run home on a wild pitch. But that'll be all she wrote. For the bottom of the 8th, we're off to Last Chance Saloon. I'm Taylor Storley. We'll be right back. So Griggs is going to be checked out. Of course, we're going to send our best wishes to him. It was a really scary comebacker that hit him in the previous inning. Now 3 outs to go for the Pioneers to secure their most important win of the season. What can Ethan Herrera do now? to enter the top of the ninth. Sirs, Dukes, and Treble, the 3-2 up. Outside, ball 1. Sirs against the Pioneers today, 2 for 3 with a walk. He's going to take time really quickly as he's ahead in the count. Two and 0 up high. Sirs hitting .333 for the season against the Pioneers. .2-0 now from Herrera to Sirs. Some low heat, 3-0. Again, might be being a little cautious, but you have to be careful because Dukes is on deck, and we know he's as dangerous of a hitter as any. He's 3 for 4 today. Ball 4. Nope, strike 1. Wow. I think there was a call like that earlier against the Pios, but wow, that looked a little outside. 3-1. That'll help Herrera out as he's back in this fight against Sirs. 3-1 from the stretch. This one sent to left. It likely gets down. Yes, it does. He's going to get to second with a leadoff double. Duke's up now. A potential tying run now with a man in scoring position. Herrera talking with Evans quickly. And Duke's the most dangerous hitter for the Red Wings up. Pioneers will definitely get a shot no matter what happens in this inning. Unless they're able to win it here. That's the home field advantage. They lead by 2. Herrera here in Last Chance Saloon serving this to Dukes. Strike, ball 1 low. Herrera had started the previous inning with a ground out and then was able to recover after surrendering a single. Here he starts with a double. That could open up a slightly dangerous spot. But this time finds it 1-1. And a reminder, 3 more games for this for the Pios. 1 more home, 2 more road. But for now, it's still a 1-1 count to Dukes with 1 on second, a 10-8 game. This one grounded over to short. Olsowski gets the first out of the inning at first. Sirs gets to third, so 1 out and a runner 90 feet from home. That'll bring up Treble now with 1 away. Treble could certainly bring a sacrifice and make the deficit 1. And obviously, this game is not going to end with a whimper. It's going to go out in another bang. Treble's also a potential tying run should he get aboard. It's going to be up to Herrera to keep that from happening. Infield playing deep. If Sirs scores, they still have 1 more run to work with. So no harm and no foul on a sac fly. First pitch, strike 1 taken, a little bit low. And on that corner, 0-1. It's 10:21. It's been a long game, and honestly, I forgot about rain. It passed. Clear skies all the way. Fouled away, 0-2 now with 1 away. This is a good count for Herrera as he looks to try to get 1 out closer to victory for the Pios. Ben F. Ross, clubhouse manager, picks up the foul ball. 0-2. 0-2. High, ball 1. Tried to fool him there with that higher off speed pitch, but couldn't. 1-2 now for Treble. Man on third, 90 feet from home. 1-2 from the stretch. Fouled away again. He keeps alive. Everyone at Dunfield has got exactly what they've paid for. An absolute masterclass of a game. And it is not done yet. 2 outs remaining. A 1-2 count here. And a lead-cutting run waiting 90 feet away. There's a ball entering the field. That'll cause a break in the action. One, two. Swing and a miss. It's a drop third strike. Circe stays put. Wait a minute. Was it a foul? Hold on. I think that might have been a foul ball. It looked like he completely whiffed. I have no idea what that was. I'll have to look in the replay. Nah, it won't be good enough to see the ball in the replay. Wow, okay, so 1 and 2. That one looked like it missed the bat by a country mile. But we'll go again. That one grounded over to first, but foul. It would have been out number 2 and would have brought Circe home. Ball 2 outside. That definitely was a ball, though. So, any groans unnecessary. 2-2 here. Swing and a miss. 2 away now in the top of the 9th. The last out, last chance at Last Chance Saloon here with a runner on third. That brings up Fleming. He's a home run and triple away from the cycle today. 2 for 3 with a walk. A good day for him. And he's going to be another test for Herrera with 1 out to go. Everyone at Dunfield on the edge of their seats. What a game this has been. Herrera against Fleming. Here's the first pitch. Fouled away, 0-1. Dunfield excited. Those stands still full tonight. They've come out and seen an all-time PGCBL classic. That one low, ball 1. Castellana on deck. He's statistically been the best Red Wing hitter against the Pios all season. So I have a feeling they're going to want just to get Fleming out. He's going to step off quickly and think it over again. One and 1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Down to the last strike. Herrera from the stretch. This one sent high. 3 players tracking it. Mandler under it. And the Pios take the most important victory of the season so far. What a home win. 10-8 from 7-2. They've battled back like lions. They will now improve to an incredibly...
When you're on the go...
I bet I hit the wrong button trying to pull up the standings to see their record. as they look to continue to chase 500. They're 22-20 with a huge win tonight. Ethan Herrera went the final 2 innings, but Jared Podest takes the victory. Herrera takes the save. An unlucky loss for Griggs, I believe. We'll double check the stats. It could have been someone else, but what a night for the Pioneers. From a start that was heartbreaking to a finish that is heart-stopping. What a game. Certainly one of the best baseball games I've ever seen as the playoffs look a little more clear for the Pios. As we'll have to wait and see how the standings update. Who is in 4th? Leading will be Batavia. 2nd, Utica. 3rd, Auburn. But what a night as the Red Wings and Pioneers are tied. As they will play again tomorrow night in Geneva. We'll see you there. I'm Taylor Storr. And oh man, I've got to stop because just like Murray Walker, I've got a little lump in my throat.